is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC. It's a lunch hour in Vegas, and we're on the dot with Dot and Mia here on PHLV Radio.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to On the Dot. My name is Mia Martin Casino. My partner and the host of this show is summer vacationing in Mexico. And so I have reinforcement. She's here to help me. I've known her since birth. And she's also the owner of Vegas Pancit and a former finalist of Himig 2022. Miss Geraldine Adine, not Ading, Villanueva.
Without
Hi,
the G.
Adine.
Hello, sister. How are you?
I'm good. I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
I'm Oxlang. So we're going to talk about our dogs, for the fireworks, preparing them for not to be afraid.
Yes, that's why we're wearing red, white, and blue. It looks orange, but it's actually red. So it's our Independence Day episode called Fear of Fireworks. And joining us is our guest. I've known her since our children were in middle school. And she's a very good friend and a returning guest also. She guested in On the Dot years ago. Miss Tracy Marin Zulich. Welcome to the show, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Oh, you're breaking up, Tracy.
Am I? Sorry.
There you go. That's better.
Is that good?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
She's actually in Belize right now.
I'm envious.
No, and Dot is in Mexico, and we're here. We're here for On the Dot. So, I invited Adine and Tracy because they are furry parents, and we're talking about how dogs react during fireworks, which is tomorrow, 4th of July. So, tell us about your babies, Tracy and Adine.
Why don't you go ahead, Tracy?
Well, I have two babies now. I have Angel, and she's a white German Shepherd, and she is deathly afraid of fireworks. She actually hides under the bed and just gets a lot of anxiety. And then I also have Zara. Zara isn't as bad. She just gets very clingy, and she needs to be near me. My other dogs, which crossed the Rainbow Bridge, they were really, really anxiety-ridden during the fireworks, and I would have to sit with them all night long just to calm them down. So it's a big deal. July 4th was always a big holiday for me to be just with my pets.
How about you, Dean? You have a dog?
Yes.
A new dog, right?
Yeah, actually, my furry friend is very young. She's 5 months old, and she's never been through any of the fireworks activities. But guess what? The other day, our neighbor lit some fireworks, and my dog went crazy. Her name is Latte, by the way. She went crazy. That's her right now. You'd see her. She's 5 months old.
Yeah.
But when she heard those fireworks, she just scrambled all around the room, going through the table. She, her leash even got caught under the table. I mean, in the legs of the table. So it fell off, and it made a big thud, which scared her more. So I read through the things that we have to know, and I'd like to share it, whoever's listening right now, because I've actually cured it. This morning, I did something that I that helped me let Latte go through listening to fireworks. That's going to affect her tomorrow. But I'm confident now that she wouldn't be afraid, and I'll be sharing how I did it with the listeners right now.
Right, because not everyone understands that if you have a dog, they get anxiety because of the fireworks. That's why we're having this discussion today of probably, to be able to help other people with the furry parents. Nabubulol ako. Yeah, the furry parents. It's very helpful, especially a day before
Right.
4th of July.
And this anxiety, this fear can actually develop into a phobia sa mga dogs natin. So we should be really careful in anticipation, especially tomorrow. If we can do something right now, all the better for our furry friends.
Why do you
Yes.
think that's the case? Are their ears sensitive?
That's one thing. I will share with you later on. I mean, yung mga sini-research ko, no? There are symptoms. We're going to talk about this also. Yung symptoms na how we will know may anxiety yung aso natin, and how to calm them. There are actually 9 ways on how to calm them. And then there's also a way for us to help our friends, our furry friends, how to anticipate anong magiging reaction nila. And that's what I was going to share mamaya.
How about you, Tracy? You had 2 previous dogs, right? Roscoe and...
I did, yes.
Yeah. Did they experience the same thing during 4th of July?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know because I had not been a pet owner. So it was 15 years ago now, I've been a pet owner. And the first July 4th, I went to a friend's house and I was like, okay, it's fine. I just had no idea the anxiety that Roscoe went through. He was a pit bull mix, about 85 pounds, and he tore through my bedroom door
Oh my God.
to get inside the tub to be safe.
Wow.
So, guys, I mean, I didn't know, ignorant. I just felt like they were just noise. They're used to noise. It's not a big deal. And it was a big deal. And after that day, every single July 4th, every single New Year's Eve, because there's a lot of fireworks in Vegas for that too, I would just make sure I would sit with him. And then I had a friend who was a veterinarian that actually, she was a tech, and she had suggested these pills that you can give them for anxiety to just calm him down. And then, of course, because Roscoe was getting excited, Maisie would get excited too and start whimpering. And it was so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And I feel like just me and the kids would just sit with them and be with them and just kind of, pet them. And then we'd also put on a show so that the noise would be louder than the fireworks. That was a big for them, big time. So.
Wow. We also have a dog. His name is Zero. You know Zero, right?
Of course.
But he would be anxious of the fire alarm when it's beeping.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he gets really, really sensitive with that, and he'd run all over the house. So yeah, it's very strenuous for the dogs.
We should remember that, the dog whistle, we don't hear.
Or the training whistle. Yeah.
Yes, we don't hear that. And they hear it. So more so, if it's a really loud noise for us, we can hear it.
Right.
Like fireworks, more so for the dog. Lalo nilang naririnig. It's very irritating for them.
So it's mainly the hearing, not the seeing of the...
It's also the sight of it, actually, because nagugulat din sila with the sight, yung flashes of light. I'll discuss that also later because it's also part of the things that we should know. Hindi lang yung senses natin are the same as the senses of dogs. Yung naririnig natin na nai-irritate tayo, yung nakikita natin that affects our vision and the feel of it. So all of these senses mas malakas ang sa aso.
You understood that, Tracy?
Oh, I'm sorry, Tracy. So all the senses that we have, like if I may translate, our dogs sense the same way as people, but I think it's more louder for them, and they're more sensitive than us, actually.
I think Tracy's used to us speaking Tagalog anyway. Our kids grew up together, so it's like, whatever.
It's fine.
And I should remember that there are listeners also.
Right.
Pardon me.
No, it's okay. No, and I agree with you, Nadine. I mean, I feel like seeing it and hearing it is a big deal. I mean, Angel, we have our July 4th that we're going to be celebrating, and we have to be really sensitive with her because she's a big white German Shepherd, and she looks vicious, and she looks like she can, take you down. But as soon as she hears that firework, she starts whimpering, she starts whimpering. She tries to find the smallest place to hide so that she, feels protected, and we have to try to, console her and just be with her to tell her it's going to be okay and we're right here with you. But yeah, it's a terrible feeling that you can't really pacify your pet as much as you'd like to because everybody loves fireworks, so it's a very big day for dogs too, which people don't realize.
If I may add, part of what I read about the dogs and fireworks, what it said is the succeeding sound and vision of fireworks and the prolonged sensation of fear builds up the rapid stress that brings them to a panic.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's the word. They panic when they hear it. Yeah. Speaking of German Shepherds, Tracy, I've never seen a white German Shepherd. We had a German Shepherd growing up, and it's always black and brown. So when you mentioned German Shepherd,
Byron,
I'm like,
if I remember my Byron.
Yeah, Adine cried when Byron passed away. And
oh my God.
It's the first time that you're having a dog again, right?
Yeah. After all these years, like maybe 40 years, I never had a dog. It's just now because of my granddaughter.
Yeah.
It's for my granddaughter, actually, Latte. But I have to help take care, so it seems like I'm the one actually taking care of her fully.
Right. For people that don't have dogs, they don't really understand that dogs are family. And, yeah.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah. See, it doesn't look like a German Shepherd.
She looks
to me.
very young.
This picture was last July 4th, actually.
Oh.
So she was only a year old there.
She's really white.
Yeah,
Oh
a
my
white
God.
German Shepherd.
So both of her parents were purebred white German Shepherds too. So a member of our hiking group, they had 10 puppies. So they were trying to get to loving homes, and so we went to the house. Well, I went to the house because I was actually in Las Vegas. So I went to the house, and Bill said, "Hey, this family has some white German Shepherds. Why don't you go over there and try to pick one out?" So they had all 10 of them running around everywhere. The mom and dad were in the background, and we picked Angel, and I brought her home, and she was 7 months, I think, in March. Mm-hmm. So in that picture, she probably was March or April, May, June, July, a little less than a year old. Yeah. So that was that. Yeah.
So all the puppies were white?
Yeah, all of them were white. Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so it's very, very, what do you call it? Rare white breed is because I had a German Shepherd growing up too, and it was brown and black, just like you said.
Yeah.
And rare colors though, and actually they're really rare. Like people.
Right. It's the first time I saw German Shepherd
too,
that's
actually.
white, right? And
really.
You rescued Angel?
This is Angel. I rescued Zara.
You rescued Zara. Why Zara?
Yeah.
You go to Zara all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Because she shops at Zara.
There's Zara.
Yes, I love it says. Hi, girl.
She looks like a marble cake. I can eat her.
Oh, you broke up, Tracy.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So during pandemic, you had to make an appointment to see the puppies. So Roscoe had passed,
Right.
and I had a friend for Maisie because I knew that Maisie's time was coming too, because they last about 11, 12 years. So when I saw her, her name was Carmel, and that was kind of a weird name.
I call her Marble.
Like, well, what about Cara? And then Mickey was like, she looks like a zebra, Mom.
I know, that's what I'm gonna say. And a granite table.
Okay, I'll do Zara, but I forgot that Zara was the name of a store because, I don't shop there.
Oh, but look at the patch. You know how the what do you call that? It looks like an artwork on his face.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
pretty.
So she's pretty good. She doesn't get as anxious as Roscoe, thank goodness. But she still gets a little anxious. She kind of starts running in circles, and so Angel and Zara calm each other down, which is great.
Right. Why do you think Roscoe went to the bathtub?
It's
For security. Huh?
No, it's an enclosed space. It's small and it makes
Oh.
it smaller. So it kind of, it's the smallest space that he could fit in, where he
that's
he
true.
was protected. Like, yeah, I thought that was really weird. I
Yeah.
had never heard of that before, but I guess that's what they do. They just try to find a space where they feel like
Secure.
something will protect them.
Actually, that's one of the tips about how to calm your puppies or your dogs. To bring them into a room to muffle out the sound of the fireworks, like a basement or their normal hiding space, the storage room, the closet. You can stay with them there, to calm them and not hear the fireworks outside. So that's one of the tips that they actually gave, to bring them somewhere they will not hear or see the fireworks.
Oh. Like
Yeah,
it's a safe space for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me mention some other ways to calm, although I don't think it's a traditional way for some, no, but the number one recommendation for dog experts, according to them, is to go to your vet and ask for a prescription for your dog for an anti-anxiety pill to give them. But of course, you have to consult your vet for the dosage based on the number of years your dog, the age of your dog. So they have to give the right number of milligrams for the puppy. And then
You did that, Tracy, right? Was
you
it
did?
effective?
Yes, it did help. I think it was too much for Roscoe still. I mean, it helped a little bit, but not as much as other people, from what I heard. It just helped him get kind of tired, which was good. So he lay active. So it helped in that aspect.
But he still went to the bathtub.
Yeah.
Oh. And what are the other solutions, Nadine?
well, distracting the dog, for one thing. The sense of smell, you have to give them like a treat to distract them from the fireworks. So
Like
it's either
their favorite treat.
their favorite treat, or something that will make them shift their attention, because when they smell something really good and they want to get a taste of it, so it defocuses their attention from the fireworks. Or chewing, when they excuse me, when they chew something, it distracts them too. And licking whatever it is that you give them, maybe ice cream or whatever it is that they can lick on, like a bone, and then focusing on other things like play with them to distract them from the fireworks. And then there's also an advice that you bring them to a dog park, make them run all over the place to make them tired.
Get them tired.
Yes. So by the time it's fireworks time, they're too lazy or too tired to react to the fireworks. But of course, you don't really have to do that, because chances are, if they get too tired, it also might affect them physically, aside from deviating from the attention for the fireworks. It might make them too tired, and then they won't be able to react when you want them to do something else. And then there's also the spray they call the pheromones. Are you familiar with that? It's like a perfume for dogs, wherein you will be distracting them. Although I don't think we're familiar with that, and I don't think we will use it just to distract them, because what we can do is just even snap our fingers to distract them or do something else. So I don't know about pheromones.
The pheromones, what does it do? Like,
It's like a perfume to distract them also. In people's term, I don't know if I should say, it's when we know that a person is excited. The most classic example would be a man would know when a woman is
it's
excited.
in heat?
Yes.
Oh,
Something
okay.
like that.
Right?
I didn't
That's
know
for
how to-
dogs, right?
I
In
didn't
heat?
know how to phrase it.
Like, I was nonchalant. Oh, in heat. Okay.
I was being very careful. Okay.
That's a dog term, though, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Very much so. And cats too.
Sorry, I'm nonchalant.
And another way, or the best way for you to calm your dog, is to sit with your furry friend and embrace and cuddle. Okay, especially when they're very afraid. They might be trembling, or they might be really in panic mode. So if you embrace them, they will feel that you're not afraid, and they will feel not afraid also, because they feel our emotions. If we think that we don't care,
Right.
then they will feel they're alone. But if you embrace them and cuddle with them, then they will know you care, and it pacifies them.
That must be a big sacrifice for you, Tracy, because Tracy likes to hold parties at home. So, right? So, you never had 4th of July celebrations because of that, I guess.
I did not actually. After that first time with Roscoe, one of my best friend's birthdays on July 3rd. So I would go visit her like the day before, but I would be coming back that night.
Oh.
Sure that I was there July 3rd night, July 4th, just to sit with her. And I was very strict with my dogs. My dogs weren't allowed on the sofa. They weren't allowed on the bed. But July 4th, July 3rd, they were definitely allowed on the sofa. They were allowed on the bed. I pet them. I held them, like, in literally the entire night. Like, I had to switch with Mickey or Milan and be like, hey, I have to go to the bathroom. You got to hold it. But, I mean, that's how scared he was.
Right.
And I did not have anything, any parties or anything on those nights, because it was just too scary. And people didn't understand. They were like, really?
Right.
Like, I'm like, no, you don't understand. My dog is so anxiety ridden that I have to cuddle him all night long. And then Maisie would be on the other side of me. And then when Roscoe and Maisie,
And they're big dogs.
they're big dogs.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Since you have 2 dogs, Tracy, so are they both afraid of fireworks, or one is...
Angel is. Azara isn't as bad. Angel is really bad. And then Angel is with my boyfriend, so when I come and see him, and then they visit each other when we go drive to each other. But no, Angel is really, really afraid. We tried, when she was younger in that picture that you saw, we were trying to carry her and see if we can kind of get her used to the noise, because I know what it is. If she's not used to the noise, it's forever that you have to console them and keep them, just keep them comfortable and loving them and holding them. So we were trying to like hold her and hug her and try to see that she'll be okay. And she just jumped out of our arms and ran inside. We're like, okay, one of us is going to be inside.
Because that's another, that's
Of
another
course-
tip that they said about
Yeah.
Calming the dogs.
calming the dog, is to bring
Yeah.
another dog who is not afraid of fireworks.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, so Zara would go next to her immediately and lay with her and make sure she was safe too. So it was good that Zara wasn't as afraid. I mean, she gets a little trembly, but just so little compared to what I had before. To me, it's nothing, compared to what I had to deal with before. So she will lay by Angel, as you can see there.
Oh,
One of my favorite pictures of them.
it's like a love story.
So yeah, she helped console her too, which was nice.
I mentioned that it is going to be my furry friend's first time for 4th of July. Okay, although she heard something the other day for to introduce her to fireworks, but reading through the research that I made also, I did exactly what I thought would be best for Latte. So what I did this morning actually was I went to a TV, in YouTube, and put on the fireworks. And I raised the volume every few seconds. And then I sat with her and gave her treats. And then I would raise the volume louder and louder and louder, stop it for a bit, and probably...
I think Kuya's showing the video of that.
So until she got used to it, so now I think she's okay with the fireworks, because she's now watching. Look, she's now
So
watching
cute.
TV.
So-
with fireworks. So I'm not afraid anymore. At 9:00 tomorrow for the 4th of July fireworks.
There.
That's a great-
Is she better now? She got used to the sound.
Yeah, she got used to the sound. Right.
That's a good tip.
So that's the best thing that you can actually do. See, she's not afraid.
Yeah, I see that.
See, that's loud, right?
Yes.
But she's not afraid anymore. She's even bored. She's yawning.
I think we have a video also of Latte being scared of the fireworks.
Yep,
We'll show that after the break. We'll
Okay.
just pause for a few minutes for a short break. We'll be right back.
Just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
PHLV Radio.
Hello, I'm back again, and we are on the dot. We're talking about how to help our furry families tomorrow, 4th of July. But before anything else, we'd like to do a shout out to Miss Therese Hallman and the family. Hello. And happy birthday to your friend, Tracy, the one that's celebrating July 3rd birthday.
Thank you. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday. Hey, Therese. And
Hello.
Emily.
And incidentally, Adine here is a finalist of HIMIC 2022. And we are having another one. You should join us, Tracy, on November 16 at 2 o'clock at the Craving Center. Adina's a songwriter. It's a songwriting. Yeah, it's a songwriting competition. And it's open to Filipino Americans 18 years and above. And we are accepting all original, non-published compositions. Does Milana writes, or Mickey
No, they don't. I would like for him to learn, though. I'm going to send him to school and see Fil-A learn.
Yeah, so we have that songwriting competition. We're accepting entries until October 15, and the final competition is on November 16 at the Cravings. The Cravings. I used to work at Cravings at the Celebrity Center at 2 o'clock. Tickets are $30, and it comes with refreshments. So hope you can join us, JC, and everyone. You're all invited.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So back to our topic. You said you did your research, Adine. What
Yeah.
are the causes of this anxiety?
Oh, okay. Well, there are a lot of reasons why dogs fear fireworks. Among, well, the most distinct is,
The
let me read through.
sensitivity.
Yung high frequency, the dogs hear high frequency sounds. And like what I mentioned, people don't hear it. So their sensitivity to sound is really more intense. And it's actually the first thing that sparks the fear, their awareness of that sound
There.
that leads to
I think Kuya showing latte.
At this point, she was actually hearing fireworks that our neighbor was actually lighting. I went down to check on her because I was thinking maybe she would be afraid, and that's exactly her reaction. The sudden moves, and as if she doesn't know what's happening. That's what she's thinking right now.
There.
See, that's her. When I approached her, she went to me as if, wanting some answers,
Right.
and not knowing what's going on is actually creating that intense fear that she has.
Yeah, she looks baffled.
Yeah.
The
Poor
fear of
baby.
the unknown. If we don't know what's happening, like what she's feeling right now, then actually that's the intensity that the fear of intensity that she's feeling right now.
It's so different from the video where you were trying to train her with a TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's more relaxed.
Relaxed watching the TV. You're right. So also, I'd like to add for our information, how long do dogs wear out the fear?
Yeah, is it all throughout the night when the fireworks
Well,
are...
according to research, again, it's about 8 to 12 hours fear
Oh, wow.
inside them, okay? Because we call it dissipation. It dies down between 8 to 12 hours because the continuous anticipation of another sound, and since they don't know where it's coming from, they anticipate that it might be still there. So it ends towards the 12th hour. So just for you to know, especially those who have dogs, you have to really calm them and embrace them or cuddle with them or play, distract them, for the next 8 to 12 hours.
Wow.
And I agree with that 100%. I mean, that's why I made sure that I didn't make any plans. I took off of work because of that, and I made sure I was there even, like I said, July 3rd, July 4th, July 5th, because they were so scared and just trembling. And you would never know that if you would have seen Roscoe. You're like, there's no way. This dog is
Right?
like
Yeah.
so big and so, strong. But as soon as those sounds came, he was just so terrified. And then even Angel, there's been a few fireworks here the last couple days. We've had to calm her down already and just keep her close to us. And she's used to cuddling. She's spoiled. We cuddle her already.
See, that's what people don't understand. It's just not easy having a dog. It's a responsibility
Yes, that's right.
that you should be ready to face. Yeah, a lot of
For a long-
sacrifices. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
for a long
actually, the dogs actually feel that sound is a threat. You know the mode of dogs wherein they anticipate attacks. So that's what they fear. It's a threat. So they think it's a part of their orientation to react and be ready. So their senses really altogether perk up because they think it's a threat.
And they want to protect you, the
Yes,
owner.
exactly.
I mean, that's the thing, especially, any types of dogs, but, German Shepherds are notorious for protection, right? That's their breed. That's what they're raised for. So that's a big, big thing for Angel. Pit Bulls too, but German Shepherds are typically, your most protective dog. And it's about protection. It's about making sure that you're safe, and Zara, she will react. Obviously, you've met her, but she wants to protect. And they want that's the biggest thing. As for dogs in general, is they want to protect their owner, and if they feel like something is going to hurt them, they will react. And the way they react is by barking and getting anxiety and jumping all around and making sure that you're safe. That they want to make sure you're safe.
And dogs are very sensitive. I remember Zero one time. I was sad and I was crying, and he just sat beside me. He can sense that too. Yeah.
Speaking of sensitivity between people and dogs, if you have more than one or two, if you have a group of dogs, they should be away from each other during the fireworks, because especially if they're all afraid and they're all together, it's an affirmation between their emotions. So all the more they will feel afraid because it intensifies their fears altogether.
If they're both afraid.
Yes, not only both of them, but all of them. If all of them are afraid, excuse me, then they will all become more intensified with the sensation of fear. So you should separate them if you know they're all afraid. If you have 4, separate them in one corner each, so that they don't feel each other's emotions.
You always had 2 dogs, Tracy. Is there a reason for that?
What's that?
Is there a reason you have 2 dogs almost all the time?
I just felt like they needed each other, and I work a lot, and kids were not home all the time, so I just felt like they needed a friend. This is my first time only having 1 dog.
Oh, yes,
but,
because,
yeah. But I have an Angel too, so we kind of feel like we have 2 dogs, because when we do see each other, we have the second dog. But my biggest thing was for them to feel the love with each other and play with each other and comfort each other. And pit bulls are very aggressive. So it couldn't be anything but another pit bull, because they are, when they play fight, it's play fighting. But for other people, it doesn't look like play fighting.
Do you still have cats, Tracy?
Yeah. What's that?
Do you still have cats?
I do. I have a little cat too. And Zara and Hex are best friends. Love each other so much. I'm so happy, because when I had cats before, it was not the case. So this time around, my one friend will watch her once in a while, and she says, well, can I just keep her for a few days? I said, oh, no, you can't keep her. She needs to have her kitty, because then they'll get anxiety. They have to be together.
Are cats scared of fireworks?
No, Hex is great.
They're cool.
They're not afraid?
She's not afraid of Zara. She's tiny. Is really like, she never really grew into a full cat, so she's really kitten sized still.
Oh.
I wish I would have sent you a picture of Hex. She's so cute. I have a picture of them. It was so cute.
She
But they're
never
really
grew? She's like a kitten still?
Yeah, so I kind of have 2 pets, and so they have each other. If they wouldn't have gotten along, I feel like I might have gotten a second dog just so Zara has somebody, but they really don't need anybody else. They're together and they love each other so much. So I'm very, very fortunate that they get along so well.
Is it safe to say that cats are normally not afraid of fireworks?
I have had cats too, 15 years owner with cats too, and I never saw anything for the cats ever.
So cats are braver as far as fireworks.
Cats are not afraid of anything.
Yeah, they have 9. Oh, they have 9 lives to spare. That's why they probably.
I mean, there might be some cats, but I haven't experienced it with my cats. But I've also had mixed breed types cats, so maybe that's why. I mean, I don't know. But my cats have never been afraid.
That's good to know.
What else, Adine? What are the other causes of anxiety you have on your list?
It says here, let me go through some of them. So why are they afraid, aside from the threat? Because of previous experience, and this is what we can surmount about phobia. So previous experience, especially if they had so many July 4th, New Year's or whatever, with that experience, and they didn't feel the comfort from their parents. So that experience will tantamount to being afraid again. So that's another reason why they're still afraid, even if they have encountered the fireworks before. If they didn't get enough cuddles from their parents. And then dogs copy what other dogs feel. So that's another reason why. And one distinct thing that I read is that fear of fireworks is predisposed, which means that it is something that they anticipated within themselves already, even if they've not encountered fireworks, because it's a predisposition. Since it's a mode that they have, that it's like a threat. So it's actually an instinct for them to react to fireworks.
Do they become aggressive?
I don't know, maybe with other people who don't understand them. If they tease during that time, then they can be threatening.
Because they're scared, so
Yeah.
that's a natural reaction of the dog.
And it's like, when you have a party, like maybe that's the reason why Tracy doesn't party with fireworks, because they're in their protective mode. So if you touch the parents, then they might react.
Yeah, no, I would have no one over, even though everybody loved Roscoe and
Yeah.
it was super friendly. I mean, poor pit bulls, they get such a bad rap, but they're an amazing, lovable, wonderful, protective pet to have. If you treat them right, if you cuddle them, if you give them the nurturing that they deserve. But no, I would have, no one would be allowed over. Because in case, God forbid,
you
something.
can never be sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, because if he got scared, I mean, Roscoe, I mean, he could, put you down in a second. I mean, it was scary, and I didn't want to have that. Like you said, Mia, having a pet is a responsibility, and you need to know your pet's limits and what they can and cannot do.
Right.
Being the type of dog that they are, I had to be extra careful. I would definitely not let them be outside. I would lock the doggy door, actually, and then I would go outside with them and go to the bathroom with them, just to be sure that they were safe and they felt protected, and then they would run back to me. And we do the same thing with Angel too. Like when we have to let her out, we let her out the front door, and we stay out there with her just for her to go to the bathroom and come back in, just to console her.
Oh, another tip, like what you said, Tracy, you played music.
Movie, like a movie.
Because music can also distract them.
Yeah. It was a Disney movie, so there was lots of music in it.
Disney movie.
Yeah, it was a Disney fun character.
101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, it was always a fun Disney movie. Yeah, Moana. Just
Do they watch?
Yes, they love it.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, especially if there was a dog in it, they'd be like, it was so cute.
They get into the character too.
Yes. So it was Disney movies that had a lot of music. So I would agree with you 100%, Adina. Music probably would be very, very helpful.
Or maybe turn up the volume louder than the fireworks so that they will hear something more subtle, and so they will not really react with the fireworks. Instead, listen to the music.
Yes, definitely. I have surround system, and I'm sure my neighbors probably heard them. on July 4th.
I read somewhere there was a person that trained the dog with fireworks by slowly increasing the volume so that the
Yeah.
dog would get used to the loud sound.
And that's what
another
you did. Like
one
that
other
idea.
thing is when you know that at 9 o'clock, 4th of July, the fireworks start. Then sit with them 10 minutes before and anticipate together, so that you can actually muffle the sound or touch them and start comforting them already before 9 o'clock.
You have a
Yes.
12-hour time frame.
No, you really do. It is. You do not move. I did not move.
We hope the listeners will actually do these things so that their dogs will not be afraid, to help them pacify their furry friends.
Right. If any of the listeners have any comments or tips for other listeners, please feel free to share them on the comment section. Anything else, Ati?
Symptoms. Maybe they should know symptoms. While we already know, if the fireworks start, they start to run around and tremble. But this is a list that we should know. Sudden moves or alertness, flattening of the ears. That I didn't
right.
know.
Yeah.
And their tail go in between their legs. That's also a sign.
It's not wagging.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And then refusing to go or near the sound of fireworks or scramble to hide. And then restless, confused mood, shaking or trembling, heavy breathing and panting, whining, barking, becoming very clingy, like what you said, Tracy. And then their eyes wide open, like so afraid. So those are the signs to know that your
Dog's afraid.
dogs are panicking.
Another sign for me specifically was the dogs won't eat. So I would have to put some food in my hand for Roscoe to eat, and Angel won't eat either. She just gets too anxious and she has no appetite whatsoever. And then you have to kind of bring them the water or put it in a little bowl and for them to drink, because you don't want them to get dehydrated. Of course, we all know Vegas. I mean, even if you have the air conditioning house, it's hot, So that's a huge system too, is that they have no appetite. Because they're just too afraid to eat.
Do they whine or cry?
Oh yeah.
Do they bark during 4th of July? Yeah, they
Yes.
do.
There's actually some things that you can buy on retail, like dog wraps. Have you ever used that, Tracy?
No.
It's like something to wrap the dogs on the chest part, and some muffles.
Oh right, yeah. You can they use? Are there dog mufflers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I showed you that, but I wish I had.
Oh, maybe the vest is similar to the swaddle for the babies. Like they
Yeah.
feel that they're
Yeah,
hugged.
it makes it's like a tight hug,
Yeah.
so that they will feel like they're comforted. So it's in the market actually.
No, that's a great idea. Roscoe would be in, like I would be carrying him like a baby, like they were just, when you cuddle your baby in her. Yeah, he would be in my arms with his head over my shoulder, like it was a baby cuddle.
Anything to assure the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be doing the same with Angel, I'm sure.
It's actually the fear of the unknown, especially if they don't know where it's coming from.
Right.
If they hear it and they look and then they don't see, or even if they see but they don't know where it's coming from and it's far. So that's what causes the fear, actually, the unknown.
Even in humans, we fear the unknown. If there's something that's new to us, we get scared.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
We need love and affection too.
And
So we'll feel secure.
cut.
Same goes for dogs.
Exactly,
Maybe
I
you can
agree.
hug me on July 4th, 9 o'clock.
Okay. Are you scared of fireworks? It's different too in the Philippines. It's the fireworks there are massive and louder.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm trying to think now. Dogs roam the streets sometimes in the Philippines too. They don't. I don't know if they're
They
even
run all the-
comforted.
I don't think so.
They just got used to the sound and
They get immune to the sound.
right. Well, it's almost time for our quote. Do you have anything else, Adine? For
The best thing to do
yeah.
is to distract them, make them aware, but give them a chance to get used to the sound. So I think the best would be what I did. Let them watch with you and then raise the volume every now and then until they get used to it. And then stop and then run it again after like 4 minutes or 5 so that the sudden sound will startle them, but it did not. So it did good for Latte, so maybe that's the best that I can recommend.
Well, anything else, Tracy? Any other tips to calm our furry friends before we
I
go
think-
to our quote?
I think just understand that, your, like you said earlier, your pet is like your family. I mean, after these dogs, I mean, I wasn't totally a pet person, but I became a pet person, and it's not a pet person, it's a family pet person.
Right.
And just to give them the extra loving and comfort they need, and just like you do for your kids, that's exactly what you're going to do for your dogs. You're going to have that commitment to them to make them feel safe, and just be responsible about making sure distract them. Definitely, I think that really helped also, and just give them cuddles.
Yes, give them attention and
Yeah.
make them feel secure. I think that's the
Yeah.
main thing with 4th of July. Anyway, our quote is the author is unknown, and it's not about dogs, but it's about fireworks. Like fireworks, life is full of surprises, but it's up to us to light the fuse. What do you think about that, Tracy?
Oh, I love that. That's great. I agree, 100%. It's all in how you approach it. It really is. It's your perspective and what perspective and attitude you choose to have for your life. And that's definitely a big motivator for yourself, is to choose the happiness and what you want to light up.
Yes. How about you, Dean? What do you feel about the quote?
Well, I will definitely light the fuse and live with a blast.
I love that.
Well, I think it's about time to wrap up. Any last words, Tracy?
I just really appreciate you having a show to teach, furry pet owners, especially new ones,
Right.
this lessons, and so many great points that Adine gave for dogs to not feel so anxious for fireworks, because I think sometimes people are just not aware. It's not that they don't, some people just don't know. It's an ignorance of, because you didn't have pets, you didn't understand how, dogs are during fireworks. And then once you learn, then you become a better, more responsible owner as a dog or furry animal friend. That becomes your family. I mean, they become your family. So
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Tracy and Adine. Thank you for
You're
co-hosting today. I hope you all have a wonderful 4th of July tomorrow. Happy Independence Day. And we'll see you again next week.
Happy
Thank you,
4th.
Tracy. May the 4th be with you.
just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.